affective disorder, which is sometimes shortened to SAD or SAD. And as you might have guessed, this is depression that is associated with different seasons. So it develops in the winter and fall and goes away or becomes less severe in the spring or summer. Another type of depression that doesn't fit super well on this graph is postpartum depression. And this is the depression that takes place in the first few weeks after a woman has given birth. And I want to point out right away that this is different from what is colloquially known as postpartum blues. It turns out that anywhere from 50 to 80% of women experience mild depression or mood swings after giving birth. But this generally only lasts a very short amount of time. And it's probably due to hormonal changes or maybe related to the stress of giving birth and the intense emotions that can surround it. In contrast, actual postpartum depression is a depressive episode, exactly like we would see with major depressive disorder. So it lasts a lot longer and is much more intense. But because it looks so much like major depressive disorder, some researchers have argued that this isn't actually a separate category at all. That postpartum depression is actually just major depressive disorder that just happens to occur after giving birth. And maybe it's just more noticeable to us because it is occurring at a time when we expect a woman to be overjoyed. Let's move on talking about bipolar disorder, and this is actually two disorders, bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. In bipolar 1, an individual might cycle normally, but then they might swing between manic stages and depressive stages, so extreme highs and extreme lows. In bipolar 2 disorders, the individuals cycle between depression and hypomania, and this is a less extreme version of mania. But we also have other disorders that are included in this group, and one is known as cyclothymic premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And this describes mood changes, including intense mood swings, that can come about in the weeks before a woman has her period. And this could include a depressed mood or irritability or anxiety, and can also include many of the symptoms that we see for major depressive disorder. But just as in the case with postpartum depression versus postpartum blues, I want you to note that this is different from what society has labeled PMS.